seems like with this Jax pick, the most likely pick you're going to get in terms of damage here to shore up what is a utility bottom lane here with a rocky front line is the Azir. You have good follow-up to the setup CC with the Ashe Arrow and the Sejuani. But now Liv Sandbox just like, well, if you want to play this great pick, well, I've already picked Akali, even though it's blind. Will Bulldog have the answer?
And Willer still has not taken his red buff. And this is something that you can do if you want to save your red buff for a time where you will be more effective with the red buff. If you take it earlier, you're using a lot of that damage on jungle camps, which can be nice for clearing a little bit faster. But if you take the red buff absolutely last, can be a somewhat greedy thing to do, but it does allow you a little bit more time to potentially affect your lanes with that buff.
Yeah. Youngjae comes over here, way up in the lane, Envy.
Oh, Kyle in a little bit of trouble. He is going to blow the flash. The flash comes in from Youngjae, though, as he's not quite able to get the kill. And here comes the counter gank now from the side of Willer, who does have double buff. He just picked up that red as now heal. Going to be used on the side of Kwangdong. And Youngjae doesn't have flash anymore, so first blood goes to the Caitlyn. And Envy's feeling pretty nice about this position. Unfortunate re-debut, you could say, in the first match against DK. Nobody's going to forget that one if you saw it. But ever since then, he's gotten a lot more aggressive, a lot more self-confidence, and I think that definitely comes down to himself and also the coaching staff supporting him through his hard times. So it's nice to see him in a position like this on the Caitlyn, just running straight into Jhin. Ashe looking for the plays as Taeyoon, they're trying to force his blast, but the root still comes down, and that is going to be another kill for the Caitlyn. And as Envy looking for a little bit more, even going to force the barrier from June. This bottom lane is pretty much over.
The gank timing here is perfect too, and Youngjae knows he can't actually compete with Willer at this stage. Youngjae taking a very nice pathing here all the way around, has 6 and flashback available.
Yeah, a little bit of an opportunity here. There is the arrow, and the flash in front! Kyle says no! And Envy still dies, but it was really cool!
Oh man!
Double kill.
Kyle, you know, he has this.
Taeyoon.
He has that, you know, colon slash face, you know, the sideways grimace here after that one because he made an incredible play. It didn't ultimately end up mattering.
Now, Willer is coming down here, but it might not matter as again, Kyle's gonna get in front, but this time he has to die for it as they're trying to get on top of Envy. But here is Willer looking for the follow-up as Envy will be dodging those as Willer does get in front, but the damage not quite enough. And he will get frozen and killed at the end of the trade.
And some heroic plays again. Ticks down Youngjae, but it's not going to actually amount to it. They do save Envy.
Oh, little trade here, big wave, but Dudu's just going forward, says he can't really get out. There's the stun, and there's Dudu getting a solo kill.
And Birdall, you can see it on his...
who opted into that one. You
can see it on his player cam. We've seen so many of these moments where Birdall almost does it right, and this is not an issue where he misplayed. He just miscalculated the damage there.
Excellent arrow.
Excellent arrow. It's the crossfire here because you could tell Envy and Kyle knew there was a possibility Sejuani's in there, but they actually didn't consider the angle from the arrow coming top side there. Willer flashes forward here for the knockup, but it's not enough to actually turn this one around, so he loses flash and does die. Birdall with the Narbar here in the Hyperproc feels like he's in a good spot here to actually take this, pushes him into the wall, but unfortunately Counter-Strike is going to be pretty good, and when he flashes here, he actually turns.
Totally fine. As an arrow straight into the Gnar, as under the turret, Dudu is looking for the kill. He's not going to get it, and down he will go. Baited in by the Ashe arrow.
So there are just no secrets.
Okay. Nice sidestep from Envy. Didn't have to use or do anything, really.
I mean, what is your angle here as Liv Sandbox? You're relying on Narbar.
Oh, no. Yeah, here comes the poke. And Envy not going to do the same for Kyle that Kyle did for him. And Envy also going to get poked out. And, you know, oftentimes when we have a lot of team fighting,
eliminates the Wukong flank. And it's just kind of a checkmate game as here we go.
They're trying to get on top of Youngjae as Youngjae trying to help out June. Very nice assault over the wall, but Envy's able to sneak in a little ace in the hole. There you go. They do get that one kill. Maybe this will be a little bit of...
You get a kill here, but what does it mean if you can't get anything from it?
Taeyoon, gotta be careful, buddy. This time he's got Gale Force to get out. As now we've got a teleport flank. Taeyoon is just dead, as the positioning was not good. They're in the mid lane. Big arrow into Kyle, but they don't really care about that. Another but certainly does give Kwangdong some edges with the vision control.
The Flame Horizon of Vision score here that June is picking up.
As now we're trying to get on top of Bulldog. Feels like the first time I've seen the Azir use buttons in this game, as Closer is going to get in there and kill him, but might be able to get out here. He gets a big heal and a big shield, and Closer went on an assassination mission and gets sniped by Taeyun. This time Kyle not able to get in front of that one. He was in front of him, but it like tipped his head or something.
They are rushing this down here before the Drake's
trying to get this as Kwangdong are getting in position. We do have Meganar actually at an important time now as in goes Youngjae. Nobody denies him, and this fight is so early from the side of Willer, and this time he gets it stolen away. Youngjae will go down in the end, but absolutely the better trade for Kwangdong.
This is so important for Kwangdong to secure right now, lest this game slipped out of their fingers.
Bulldog trying to poke away. You see Meganar is in here. Bertle's trying to do something, but he just immediately gets pushed away as, yes, the Infernal Drake will go the way of Liv Sandbox. As now Kyle gonna get sniped out of vision. A nice shot from Taeyun, but it is Liv Sandbox stopping the Infernal Soul. And that might mean the end of the push. They might try to get the last little bit here with this last push, as Willer's got a great angle, able to get behind Youngjae, flashes on top of Taeyun, even has a stopwatch, as that should be enough to keep him alive, as now the sweep just misses everything. And Bulldog now is in a terrible spot. Down he will go. And the push maybe went on for a couple seconds too long. Liv Sandbox still trying to use their Caitlyn. Envy doing a good job.
And there's a huge wave bottom, and Dudu has teleport, so Liv Sandbox have to be scared about Baron trades and also that Jax just teleporting in and ending the game. So if they get caught here on backs by June, it's disastrous. So Bertle has to go back. They should be able to identify this, and now they're just going to start up the Baron. And like I said, if you're the one on Soul Point, you can't afford to do these trades.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try to push in with the Baron and try to end the game before the Infernal Soul comes up. That will definitely make it worth it. Envy in a very bad spot, but he does have the stopwatch. No flash in this case, but still is enough. Look at the poke damage now that's coming out from the Jhin, from the Azir, and they are going to take down all of these inhibitors.
This composition from Kwangdong Freaks just had such a clear identity, and it was utilized so well.
All right, here comes Closer. He's trying to do it all by himself as he takes an incredible amount of damage, and in goes Bulldog, just going to take him out. This should be the end of the game as Dudu is just terrorizing people in the backside as well, as he's got that turret on him, but he does not care. Down will go the Nexus. Kwangdong able to push in and end at 37 minutes.
But overall, this was a very clean game from Kwangdong Freaks, and this team just suddenly seems like it's very unlocked now that June has joined the roster, as we've seen. But he's going to pick it up regardless here, so you're looking at, right now, as Liv Sandbox, a little bit of pressure topside with the Jace into the Gnar. Can be a very strong matchup there. Azir early prio into the Akali. And then what you're hoping is going to be a lane that's controlled by Caitlyn Lux on the bottom side here for Liv Sandbox. But as Youngjae showed us in the previous game, doesn't always go that way. You've really got to be careful about where your vision is set up, and even a ward in the tri-brush or on the river brush.
Although it does look like, with a little bit of a push in mid, perhaps they want to go for an early Drake, or at least some early pressure into the enemy jungle.
I think this is wise.
Okay, they're going to Twisted Advances. Now they're trying to get the damage onto a Sejuani. That's not what you want to see, as Youngjae is just dead. Bulldog is going in 1v4. Yeah, that was...
That was very forced, let's say, and a really nice punish.
Extremely forced.
A really nice punish from Liv Sandbox, and you know you have a lot of resistances to breakthrough on this Aftershock Sid, and really not too significant at this point in time. Youngjae is really trying to fish for an angle here. If he gets his, ult off here, sets up a play, he doesn't have flash, maybe you could find it.
I mean, Closer saw him. I'm not sure why he's still here. He's going to sweep them away, but in goes Bulldog. He's looking for the kill under the turret. One more auto will do it. Closer, maybe just thinking he would have enough to get away, but it was certainly not enough. Trying to get stuff out of Closer early and fight for vision, as now they're going to go all in onto the Sejuani, but Youngjae is all alone in there, and down he will go. Gets a bit of damage on the Kyle, but yeah, that's just going to be Liv Sandbox forcefully taking the fight, taking down Youngjae. They will, I suppose, a little bit unlucky for Liv Sandbox, as they are going to take down this Rift Herald. Do see that Kwangdong are kind of grouping up for this one, considering getting on in there, as Dudu is no longer with us. Down he will go, and Bertle just gets a free solo kill, essentially. very nicely done, as Dudu, not respecting that, did not even flash.
Closer has flash and ult too, and he was actually setting up potentially a trap there on the other side of the fight. This is just extremely one-sided here. And this low state feels so advantageous for Live Sandbox. And
are they going to try to kill Burst? Harry? No. Okay. Just getting worried there. June was like running down to the bottom side.
The second they show like that, they're just going to push mid.
Chains of Corruption come through. Nothing is hitting for the side of Kwangdong. Live Sandbox will respect it though. They're going to back away and just throw out a Maokai ultimate. A bunch of ultimates being thrown through. The laser into Youngjae's face doesn't really matter for him. He's got a Warmox, but take a look at what's happening. Meanwhile, Bertle's just getting free stuff down on the bottom side. Bulldog's like, maybe I can trade with you.
Nope.
No.
The answer is no.
You can't, actually. Well, it looks like Live Sandbox might just be a little bit late to the party as the ult comes in onto Willer, as now Meganar in the front is just going to be burned down 100-0. That is a Fed Jace and an Azir with Leandries.
Yep.
So he's just dead.
This could be a Baron angle, because we are getting to the point where this damage is real. You got a Leandries Azir. Clear this vision real quick. You know that you got that pick onto Dudu. He has TP, but he's not going to have an R-bar, so just force this one down. You can win a fight here if you can turn, and you have the choke point control with control ward here. Caitlyn traps. Good luck, Kwangdong Freaks.
Yeah, the zone control is insane, and they do flash away from the Emperor's Divide. I think the Live Sandbox could have just gone for this, but they're scared about the flip. They don't want Youngjae to steal it away again. That might actually be a good call. They don't know exactly where he is. They're trying to zone him away while also hitting the Baron. Definitely a risky call, as now Envy's over the wall. He's so low, as now they're in the pit. They get on in there, and Maokai's going to be the one that takes the Baron. So Live Sandbox thanking their lucky stars, I guess, as Willer will be forced to flash out of this one. Not 100% sure, but it's what it looked like to me on second watch.
A little bit of a potential for the Forest to kind of help steal that one away, too, in this type of draft of this composition.
Yeah.
As we've seen Gumayusi do on many occasions. This is where you have insane poke and a really long leash with the Maokai ultimate that Kwangdong Freaks have to respect. If they try to flank, if they try to actually collapse here, Maokai ult comes out. If you do nothing, here it comes.
There's the Maokai ult. They do not commit to the dive, as in goes Taeyun. Really trying to force this fight, actually, just straight up. They are going to get a lot of damage, and Envy as down goes to Caitlyn again. And Bertle is alone in the front line. He does insane amounts of damage, but they will shut him down. I don't know. Maybe D plus is okay at the D. Youngjae in a little bit of trouble, as he is very tanky, but it doesn't matter. He's just going to get swept up again. Feels like I've seen this before.
Yeah, Closer just hates this Sejuani, man.
Yeah.
You feel safe. You're like, well, they're not going to look for this because they'll lose a lot of utility in the team fight. Nope. No jungler, no steal available. And unfortunately for Kwangdong Freaks, they set up that vision. They went for a back timing. And then we're not in position for this at all. Had to fight through the choke point and just, that's it. Sejuani's deleted. Bulldog was off on the side.
Is it going to be enough? He does have some pretty insane assassination potential. This is Meganar as well. They're looking for Closer, who just flashed, as now he's going to be dogpiled here on the bottom side. They will be able to get this Azir, as in goes Bertle, who just destroys the Varus and knocks Youngjae in, as Bertle says, nuh-uh, we are not losing this game, not like this.
Great play from Bertle.
Bulldog will go back just to his doom, and now they're TPing into mid. It looks like Live Sandbox want to end this game.
Looks like we're going to a game 3 here, Valdez. Favorites Live Sandbox dropping the ball a little bit in the early parts of game 1. The oppressive vision letting the Ashe through, but going into game 2 with a little bit more of a standard draft here. Second game for Kyle on the Lux. They're going to pick up the W. So much damage here on this Jace that even though you pick off the Azir, he buys enough time, and Bertle, level 18, swings around.
Well, that's just not fair. June's going to be 100-0'd as Willer just pressed a twisted advance button. Dudu might be able to take him down, and that he does, but the team that's taking down the Nexus is Live Sandbox. They will take game number 2.
Look at the damage here on Bertle.
Looks like game 1 just for the other team, as I guess Red Side is having some fun today. And yeah, it really was the Bertle show. Like, Closer had some moments, for sure, with some of his pickoffs onto Youngjae, but again, it does feel like both teams are struggling a little bit in terms of communication and when to go in as a team still.
It's not a free win by any means, and there's still a lot of power in the mid game in this draft here for Live Sandbox if the Narbar can be managed correctly. but it's a tough matchup to play into Cassante if you make even one mistake in sides or in the early game. Can get ganked, and Youngjae is going to be putting most of his focus, you have to imagine, on the top side here outside of an early protection of the Zeri Lulu, because the Illusion Nami is always going to have that pushing power. It is going to be cleanse for Zeri, heal for the Lulu, so no barrier, kind of already letting us know that this is not going to be their attempt to try to win this lane early and look for the early all-in. Much tougher to pull off with this set, so over here, be an interesting timing to try to threaten this Azir. It does scan this river.
Wow, they're really trying to get the splash out early from closer, and that they will. And now your Azir, who, you know, by the time the next gank comes through, you'll probably be level 6, but so will Bulldog, and he'll have flash. As, okay, they're just trying to follow up here. I mean, this is an incredible amount of pressure onto the mid laner of Liv Sandbox, who is probably going to have to back now.
Yeah.
I mean,
something's not right. Did Viego flash a wall or something? Like,
yeah.
This is too easy.
It looked too good to be true. Speaking of which, Dudu looks like a pretty easy target, although Willer is really struggling with the angle, and now I think he's too late. They're going to get the ghost if he had just coming from behind, and that's going to be really nice for Youngjae to try to put on some pressure. You could see the bottom lane still in the same situation. Willer's just literally standing here. As the culling comes out, not very effective, but it does zone them.
Still late Maokai ult here.
It's going to come through into Wild Growth. June just going to flash over it, and they're trying to turn this onto Kyle now, who did take a lot of damage, and they have some vision of that brush, but they say, well, we survived the gank. That's good enough, as now trying to get over the wall is Dudu, and Bertle's just going to flash it. But we've liked him a lot more on stuff like Silas and Akali, but not this time.
He's a very similar player to Zeka, where you're like, okay, you don't hate the Azir, but
Ooh, now he's getting pushed under the turret. Really nice divide, but now you've kind of made yourself on parity in health with Bulldog, who has his teleport and will have the rod.
Yeah.
Messing up the unstoppable as here comes Bulldog now.
Yeah, this is really well hidden too.
It's not really a wave, and it's going to get cleared out pretty nicely here, but this is Mini-Gnar. Might not matter, as they might just go for a plain dive, as no flash is available, and yep, over the wall they go! And Bertle should be going down here in just a moment, right? Right? Okay, in goes Dudu. He is going to pick up the kill, as First Blood goes to the Cassante at 12.5 minutes.
This will cause Bulldog to drop a wave here in mid.
Sure. So we are getting on top of Gnar here. Bertle in a bit of trouble. Is the damage enough is the question. The Heartbreaker comes through, but it's Mega-Gnar right at that timing, as it looks like Youngjae will go down. They do get the kill, and Bertle's just... he's very relieved, I should say.
Yeah, he's very animated about this, but I think he should be happy with how he handled that. And anywhere close to being ready to fight. Our Silas has a rod, but it's not stacked up. Yeah. So some respect will be shown.
And it's, you know, it shows the gold ahead for them, but a lot of that gold is in the top lane. And Dudu's going to have to go carry Cassante, I guess, as the timing of this unfortunate for the Kwangdong Freaks boys, but very nice for Bertle, who is able to convert at least the one kill after getting dove.
미안.
I'm sorry, guys.
진짜 태영아.
so sorry. And he actually, despite playing that really well defensively, was way too far out beforehand. You could see in the replay, so that's why I think he's more frustrated about rather than turning the kill back. But yeah, he knows he overextended and leads to a kill here, just not showing the respect needed when Youngjae is missing.
That'll be good for starting up fights anyway.
Dudu coming down with Ghost here.
Culling.
Much damage.
There's some pretty relevant damage as it stands now. Lulu not a lot of sustain compared to some of the other Enchanted supports.
I mean, Leandri's too on top of this. Kwangdong Freak's in trouble. Need to get out of here. This should be the Drake going over. Now you have to fight your way through this choke point, or somehow get Dudu in here with this Cassante. I mean, look at the damage.
Buzz is doing a really good job of just saying, you guys can't touch me. And, okay, that is the Maokai ultimate stolen and put through, but immediately there's way too much from Closer, and they do avoid that very nicely, but they still can't take down the Azir. They finally do, as he did go extremely far, and there was no follow-up from the rest of the team. Dudu is looking for a bit more, but this is Mega-Gnar right now, and he is alone, dashes straight into a bubble. He is Cassante, so he's still going forward somehow. As Bulldog alone, and it's only a matter of time, I guess, right? Maybe? Okay, down he will go. God, that champ is very interesting. And he will get out.
Interesting is the caster word we use. It's our caster safe word.
Yeah. As Kyle's going to face check a brush, and he will have to flash away. Was it an elaborate bait all alone? Looks like it. As down will go the Zeri.
Their damage their damage dealer has to be the one who actually punishes, so he puts himself in range of an Emperor's Divide, and that should be another turret going down here in mid. And Birdall having a good time in the side lane right now too, just kind of over here, untouched.
This is so incredibly scary and risky right now. Kwangdong are going to be looking for the turn, but massive tidal wave into Maokai ultimate, and everybody's just taking huge amounts of damage. I mean, Birdall's not even near as Bulldog is looking for the Maokai. As in we go, that's the real one from the Azir, as Closer's able to put them all down and get some insane damage done. Now Birdall TP's back into the fight to get into this one. The Zeri threatening. Dudu is incredibly tanky, and Bulldog is not. He has to Zhonya's, he has to get Wild Growth. That is a couple of big pieces now of the puzzle that are gone.
Layered them together too, and he has Flash Gnar, but he's just too low.
Youngjae just getting zoned away. Fantastic job by Birdall, in perfect position to zone them with his body and with his Gnar ultimate. That is going to be 2 kills. This Liv Sandbox a very safe Baron take.
And this guarantees Elder. It's up in 45 seconds here. TP, though, into mid, and I think they would just want to push their advantage down to Inhibitor at least first. They may be able just to end the game here. Bulldog's not up for 40. Late Death really hurting him here. All these minions and all the damage they have, it's pretty crazy. I think they're just going to push to end. If anything goes wrong, though, you've got that Elder to fall back on.
Yeah.
Looks like it's all said and done.
Closer is so incredibly strong right now that even Dudu cannot tank against this, as Tatum's just going to get hit by a Maokai ultimate. This game is pretty much done and dusted as Birdall gets pulled back by the Cassante, who unfortunately got fed, and I mean, he's on top of Closer. He's going to take down Closer, but a little bit too little too late. Just going to get walloped, and then the Nexus will also get walloped as down it goes. Liv Sandbox take the series 2-1.
Forced to back, but he just still came back in swinging. Look at the difference in impact he made this game versus Bulldog. Bulldog just farmed a rod, and then that was the end of it. That's not the 6.9 you're going to give a nice to. You know,
this is 3 games in a row where the winning team has a huge boatload of damage, and then the losing team just has like nothing.
It's
great.
Can set up for some backline picks and can make Lucian trying to harass the Zeri and trying to put that poke damage into the front line very frustrating, where he's just chipping away. I say poke not in the traditional sense of like, okay, I'm poking as Lucian, but he can Gale Force forward, do his combo, and then that has chipped away at a large amount of the health bars.
Should converge relatively similar times as 25 to 23. This is a matchup as old as time. Of course, came into a lot of popularity around 2015. Faker was playing a lot of both of these champions.
Yeah, it's funny when you see that matchup. I'm just like, yeah, Faker was on both sides of this a lot.
Yes.
That's the first person that pops into your mind. I mean, Faker's been around for all time, but you think about both of these champions, you instantly associate them with Faker, and the matchup in particular, too, is... Let's see, Krokos, we have over him, 8-3 on this pick.
Barrel. Uh-oh. He is burning down. Has he successfully baited them in? The answer is no. A lot of minions now to be picked up by Kyle and Envy.
Plus 75, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, Kroko coming on over as well as Rascal and Birdall fighting one another. Here's the dash in, and there's first blood! Birdall picks it up.
Vintage Birdall Jace, all right. Well, I say that. Looks like he's considering going up here and helping the mid-wave.
Oh, no. Yeah, that was really strange. Rascal just hops over, Birdall unable to quite make it over there.
No flash.
Then that island becomes a really rough place for one team to be.
Just a huge misjudge there from Rascal. Nobody's near to help him out or anything. And he's nowhere near an R-bar. It was very peculiar there. You can't trade against Jace W like that.
No.
Yeah. Yep. Hiding something from us, the observers. I don't see a Sejuani on the map.
Well, there it is. The barrel is dead once again. Willer is going to lock down that kill. Docdom just has to watch. As Kroko just a little late to the party. I think he was invited, but he was trying to be fashionable.
And Beryl losing his flash in that previous exchange is why he's the target selection here for Liv Sandbox. They know he can't flash on the play.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not really... Hearthbound Axe not really going to be doing you a whole lot right now. Okay, this could be a successful dive.
Well, he's just going to flash for it. Envy taking a lot of damage here as Docdom. He's all the way past the turret and is going to be able to take down the Lucian. Beryl in a bit of trouble. It's close against the Emperor's Divide. Kyle still alive as well, so they trade 1 for 1. Fate looking to come over, though. Can they actually get an extra kill to make this worth it? The answer is going to be no.
Scale Force 4, Envy picked up now. But Duckdom's back is significantly delayed. It's okay.
Oh god, and a flash going to come in and Bertle's just going to flash and kill the Gnar again. That is the second solo kill that Bertle picks up. He's now tied with Rascal for solo kills by killing Rascal twice.
Yep. Willer.
칼라까지 나이스. 나이스.
He's like actually in the middle of calling something else out, and he's just like, nice Bertle, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
Side note, Bertle is fed.
Yeah, Bertle pretty good. We do have a lot of reports saying 6-5. So now 7-5. Bertle has overtaken Rascal there towards that top side.
This is 2 plates also as they fall.
Oh my god! Is he gonna do it again?
No flash.
I mean, why not? Yeah, you may as well slam dunk, easy peasy.
I mean,
What happened,
this
Rascal?
is becoming a game-ending phenomena. Like,
Yeah.
first kill was like, all right, you can recover from this. DRX.
DRX is gonna all in on a Sejuani as Doctom's gonna get knocked up, and she will die. So will go down. But
Bertle's
there is
like,
this
can
issue.
I get more out of this? Because they went for 4 on the Sejuani. Like, can I get a whole inner turret at 15 minutes? Like, not quite. I don't want to do blue buff. That's going to take too long. But I'll get half a turret, you know?
I mean, Rascal has no teleport and he just respawned.
Yeah, he is 30 CS down now.
My goodness.
I mean, this is such a lead for this Jace that the rest of the game doesn't even necessarily matter. Like, your Lucian win condition, that's very cute. When I could just take the health bars away from everybody with 1 accelerated shock blast. Speaking of Lucian, no flash and no vision.
Yeah, well, in goes Croco, catches him as Envy, Wild Growth going to be used, gets the knock up, Beryl helps knock him down as well. And that is Croco grabbing that kill. No assist for Doctom, who couldn't close the distance. Yes, top side of the map, man, it does exist in this game.
It's kind of messed up where you put Rascal on the spot like this, but I mean, you're super far behind as a cannon wave here.
Mid and push this one forward.
So remember when I said, like, I mean, it's a key player matchup, though these players are really evenly matched. Yeah, it might not matter. Oh, okay.
Doctom is dead. Oh, he's going to flash. There's the ulti as well. He's out of the fight as Envy as well is very, very low. The tower still under fire.
They're just getting everything. They're just getting everything. That's a mid-turret and inner turret here for Bertle. And that's a Azir setup here, so the Sun Disc is just going to prevent anybody from doing anything. Like, you can't even have your Raptors, but I was like, oh, it might not be the one.
Oh, no, not again, not again, not again. Oh, God. Rascal, don't go back. Okay, well, Envy's going to die in the mid lane. Rascal will live, at least for now.
It is the matchup, though. The key player matchup ends up being the most key one because they played Gnar into Jace. And Croco, hopeful denial, I guess you could say, is it will be Hex Tech Soul, so it's stacked up against
Oh,
the
God.
other.
I was wondering whether it was going to be Cyrilda's or whether it was just going to be a different lethality item. As Bertle, I don't know whether you wanted to do that as he's flashing again. There's a wallop. I don't know whether it keeps him alive, though, because there's no turret there. And there is another solo kill for the Jace. Teleport to come down. Closer just wants to make sure that Fate doesn't answer. And how many solo kills is it now? That's 4. So now he's on 9. He's almost got the most here in the LCKs. Another team fight is going to break out. Good bubble onto Beryl, who gets permafrosted. Croco in the backline going to get caught down by Envy. But in the meantime, there's the shutdown. That is a lot of money to Fate, who manages to close out the kill on the Jace.
Gotta be careful. Closer still has ult here and a Sun Disc turret. Beryl flashless now. Needs to get out of here. It was very messy, and he's like, oh, guys, come on.
That was a rush of blood to the head type situation here. Is all right, Closer's dead as well.
All right, so how many solo kills?
4-0.
Yeah, how many does he rack up here?
Okay, so now this game has turned into Fate versus Bertle. Put in these sorts of situations, you know, it was Bulldog, and now Fate is suffering from it again, even though he's on DRX now.
Okay, so he flashes here and just decides to back, and Croco goes all in on the play. Even though he hits this, just gets all to the wall.
Very cute. There is some stuff happening in live with the Baron. Yeah, well, Glacial Prison comes on in here as there's the cease and desist on to Closer. Good flash. Gets them out of the way, but Closer is looking to be pretty close to dead. Shifts some sands, tries to get out as they're running the wrong direction. However, he is going to be all right.
That looked really bad for Closer, but now it looks amazing. Flash committed by Duckdom and Croco here, and they're just going to try to do the Baron.
Yeah, Live Sandbox moving into the river. Fate able to poke. This is actually important, being able to have this level of control of the vision. Beryl takes more than he can deal with, though, as Willa almost gets one shot. The chains, they do go off. They don't have too much more to offer up.
Kyle has ult.
Bertle has teleport. We'll see whether he is going to use it in order to get into this potential battle. There it is now. As Rascal throwing some rocks around. Can he find a big flash? Nah is the question. They are stacked up, but this Nah is not in the greatest of positions as Glacial Prison is going to connect closer. Finds a phenomenal sweep onto the Zeri. Croco going to be taken down as well, and Liv Sandbox will obliterate DRX in that fight. The Desperation Baron is absolutely that, and they're punished for it. A triple kill for the Jace, and Liv Sandbox will put this game to rest.
I'm not sure if we have enough space on our post-game graphic to show how much damage Birdall did.
Yeah.
It is only a 31-minute game. It could have been much higher, but the 7-1 and 2 Jace defines this game. Nice attempt from DRX and good play from Fate. Realistically, man, threatening this Azir on multiple different angles, getting that shutdown on the Jace, but it just ultimately isn't enough for you, man. 24,000 damage on this Jace in a 31-minute game. Fate did his best. I mean, he really did, but having your jungle player just say, like, hell yeah, man, after a game like that is sometimes what you need. I'm glad Birdall gets to have these pop-off games, so many solo kills. How could you be hard on yourself after a game like that?
And he could be taking it into the Scion, potentially. We'll see exactly where things are going to be going as the One is locked in. I just have a feeling this is Birdall's pick because he's feeling himself right now, and he may as well go back to something that he can once again really get some work done on.
Regardless, just some shout-outs to some old Liv Sandbox players. Is Closer looking for some aggressive trading here with the Electric Cube proccing?
Yeah, Fate taking a bit of damage here as he gets the thumbs up. There's a Crab Raid, like that response. As, yeah, Jace, fair bit of power, especially level 1, because he just has more buttons that he can press.
It's not fair.
No, it's very unfair.
Accidentally losing the game right now?
Oh god, this is not what you wanted to see. As Dr. I'm going to have to flash to get out of the way here, but the repel is in range. Oh, great little bonk away.
But Jace is here.
Yeah, Closer is wrapping around, but is he actually going to be able to kill Dr. Kyle is chasing after him, and now Closer should go down. There we go, it's 1-for-1. As the Cocoon does not land, that might mean that Fate has an opportunity to get in here. As Envy just chilling on the bottom side of the map, just wondering why all these shenanigans are going on.
Well, he wants to push this in super fast so that Zeri actually loses some CS, so despite Duckdom not dying here, he can at least get that out of it, and he's super low range, he's super early game Aphelios, not going to get... Closer also flashed for that, so there's a little bit of power here. His level 6 is coming up for Fate, he still has his flash.
Bertle. Almost takes another turret shot there. That would have been real bad. Yeah. Ooh, okay, Dogdom, no dashy left available, but now Croco might have to get out of there. No flash available, so he just can't get out. He's just dead. Kyle's going to pick up another kill for himself as Envy with Crescendum. Some chakrams are built up. The health bar is relatively low as Fate looking for an opportunity control ward in a great position for Liv Sandbox. So the Azir not able to find his angle to get himself in there. Closer even able to get back to this wave. Grim movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
As another gonna land once again. There's the knock-up as well. As, all right, Kyle, not going to quite find that one. Looked a little bit like Depth Charge was being cast like 16 times.
I mean,
he hadn't actually leveled it yet.
Yeah, it's crazy because this skin kind of put the little, like, this is going to be Zeri losing a lot of farm.
Yeah, Stendo Beam, not going to quite be enough here, but now the Nature's Grasp comes through and Envy has to cleanse immediately. Fate coming on over as everyone's in a choke point. This could be a great opportunity for Fate, but there's the flash out from the Aphelios. Moonlight Vigil flies forward, but I don't know whether it found any of the targets. The Zeri gonna pick up her first kill. There's the second as Doctarm's starting to pop off. Make it a triple kill, and I think we may need to get the papers ready. The certification may need to come out. There are turns in games, right, that don't necessarily matter as much. This one matters a whole lot, as Kyle is at least going to stop Envy from taking too much damage there. Possibly an opportunity as the dredge line gets him out. Man, Kyle is really good at Nautilus.
He is insane! Closer, by the way, the big winner of this, because they are, even without this flash on the Aphelios, still able to get away, and Closer's actually pushing mid right now, so taking away a lot of the money from Fate, who went all the way bottom side for this.
As Bertle back towards his top lane, does manage to find an ultimate, as Rascal, of course, going to pick up turret aggro because he has a Sunfire cape. And Bertle just trying to chase him down. Really? Down Soul will pull him back, and Rascal says, cool story, bro.
Yeah, Willer's on the top side of the map, so this is kind of annoying. He knows that Rascal didn't have ult there, so he's like, all right, I'm just going to push the advantage here now on the top side of the map. Jace just farming mid under turret. It's going to be a little bit of farming, right, in this game, and Birdall just trying to get some advantages, proxying waves. Okay, hold up.
Divide onto Closer. There's the flash as Closer uses Fate to taxi out as Doctom is looking for it. There's the extendo beam. My god, the damage, and Fate's locking down the kill. Oh man, Doctom with a lead. We haven't seen this in a long time, but it looks good.
Yeah, when Doctom gets ahead like this, he is just not afraid to ride in and ult. His kill gets stolen, but I think he's happy to share the gold around in this one with the stacks picked up here now on the Dark Seal for Fate. His Birdall is now a little bit in no man's land.
Yeah, not sure how he's going to find his way out of this one. He's not. In fact, he is just dead. Croco going to Bramble Smash him on the noggin. Has a bit more money as well, as we can see. 300 in the lead. Birdall was okay. Closer going to get scooped up and polymorphed and killed. Doctom's going to grab another one. That's 4-1 and 2 for the Zeri.
Further ahead, I mean, this game is totally different, right? But that's not the reality we're living in.
Well, there's the ulti from Doctom. Moonlight Vigil goes entirely wide. But Envy's still actually trading quite nicely here. Gets into the brush. Rascal is just going to drive a train into him. Gale Force is good. As Birdall is over here. Teleport is going to come forward from Fate. Emperor's Divide immediately used and going to taxi him in to a kill. As, okay, Birdall was unfortunately just stuck in between a wall and a hard place. Yeah. Yep.
So you're basically all AD and an Elise Cocoon bot.
Well, they might be able to kill Croco, or can they? No, they can't. Emperor's Divide is going to push Birdall back. He's going to go back to his Unbound Soul, but he's going to need a Band-Aid. As Kyle, he gets out. Willa, not so lucky. Still, not a lot of sieging available, as this is odd.
They could TP in with Fate. Yeah. They're going to do it.
Rascal is just going to tank this turret up. Oh my goodness. That is a lot. As Envy, not going to be hit by a train this time around, but Kyle is. And Birdall's not going to be able to offer anything. That is a kill going over to the Maokai as Rascal trying to get some revenge on Birdall here. 2 inhibitors are going to go down. 27 minutes in this game. And DRX are looking to close it out. They're looking to finish it up.
Really close early game, but ultimately Live Sandbox mess up the execution. So much gold is given to DRX early. 3 kills to Doctom. He fed Azir. And Birdall can't do anything. Only dies once when he proxied, but just can't do anything. He's trying so hard to do something.
Yeah, it's not really working out. Rascal's going to go golden, mainly just to celebrate as this Nexus turret not long for the world. Doctom going to take that one down. They're going to leave a naked Nexus and back away, so it's not end of the game just yet, but it's 10,000 gold. It may as well be. So let's see whether Rascal dies. My money is on no, as there's the knock-up onto Kyle. He's real dead, as the Nature's Grasp is just death for all of Live Sandbox. Envy walking in front of a Scion. He's got red and white guns, but that's a flash forward, and Rascal's getting his revenge. Croco locks down the kill onto the Yone, and DRX were only faking it. They weren't going to go back. They were going to win this game, and they were going to get an ace first. There it is. 28 minutes on the dot, and DRX bring us to game 3. Nothing really that they can do. And we saw that that's exactly what happened.
And the beauty of this game is that Live Sandbox played it well, and they played it right, and DRX still came out on top. They played it out exactly the way they needed to. They punished very hard, and if Live Sandbox had just kind of botched the execution horribly, what Envy and Kyle can do individually in this lane and how much pressure they can put on. You see the Ghost here for Doctom, heal for Nami, so playing a little bit of both sides here in terms of what you could do. You could heal and try to sustain through this lane, just sit under turret, but then of course chase with Ghost if I comes down. A lot of pressure on these players. You could see it on the DRX side. You know, you've been so close to victory so many times, 1 in 5 this season, right?
Oh, maybe not.
No, wait, hold on, no, that's not it. It's the really cool like technology, like she's got all the buttons one.
Yeah.
It's got the thing that like Mao is practicing these days. Chronicle's working on some like
the finger drumming type situation. As Willa's wrapping around. Already they're doing well in this trade though, as Ignite goes down onto Doctom. He's going to back away. But Willa, can he actually catch them trying to push this wave forward? And oh, that is beautiful from Croco. Going to interrupt and get the flash out of Closer there.
Trade of flashes though. Willer having flash still up, doesn't commit. Bottom side there. There's a control ward he's standing on right now, so not as strong as he thinks he is, and uh-oh.
All right, well, Croco just going to push him out of the lane. All right, gets over the wall. Willa's going to make his way in, but Closer doesn't have flash. In goes Willa to try and save him, and there we go. Fate is going to be able to lock that one down in the end. Willa answers it very, very quickly. But still, first first blood to the LeBlanc is fantastic. Yeah, so far, as Beryl taking a lot of damage. They're actually standing their ground and going for a fight because Croco is making his way in. The flash out, as now Dr. Arm, he can't join the fight either. Croco's going to come on over. No flash available. Kyle has to block the Vault Breaker. We'll see whether he actually can, as there it is, but he is just going to back away. No vision available. Wasn't going to risk it against the full health Sona. Oh, is this another leash situation? You hate to see it, as they're just going to do battle in the Thunderdome. And Will is feeling pretty happy about the whole situation as he's following him up, and in goes Closer. He's pretty low. Fate also pretty low, as Croco is going to have to get out of there, and it's not going to work. Willa grabs that kill. Really beautifully done, as now Bertle.
Willer also has 6 here and flash, so this is a very scary moment. Potential dive with the Sona hitting level 6, but not quite yet. Kyle, a few minions away from that one.
Fate also struggling a little bit here in this lane, as Closer has moved into about a 12 CS gap.
Okay.
Mitigated slightly.
Willer is like, I'm going to do something with this flash ult.
Yeah.
And I'm playing both sides.
Yeah, Croco doing the same thing as Kyle throws out the crescendo, and that is a full culling to the face. You never want to take one of those. Croco is going to learn it the hard way. 0 and 3, unfortunately, for
that
the
was
DRX jungler.
So cool how Willer played that, because he knows that they have prio in mid and top, or excuse me, mid and bottom.
Ooh, Emperor's Divide thrown into the abyss.
Willer is playing between lanes, and Dr. and Beryl are under so much pressure. With Croco there, they're like, all right, we have to try to make something happen. And Willer is like not even done with the pressure, by the way.
Yeah, Fate is still struggling. There is a mimicked chain, as Fate's taking Sand Soldier damage forever. Oh, tried to catch it with the E damage there, but Croco not able to find it. Still, no cease and desist available, and so Closer is going to be able to offer some damage back as Croco doesn't have enough to finish off the Azir. As Closer was pushed back into mid, Fate just trying to make sure they are kept out of position, and Croco does manage to lock this one down as Willa looks for the Cyclone, gets it there. He's taking a lot of damage, but Bertle is going to be able to take down Croco. Emperor's Divide lands onto everyone, 2 Fates in a barrel, and Liv Sandbox are just going to eviscerate them.
Because if he goes in, he's also prey for this Wukong.
And now Bertle is just chasing Rascal down. Is this just a dead Cassante, or can he just do the Cassante things as they kill each other? All right, that's how you solo kill Cassante, is you get solo killed by him and also kill him at the same time.
Double KO! Well, I mean, no one's here. I know I have topside control, and you guys are taking the Drake.
Well, Cease and Desist going to be used as Closer has Emperor's Divide. They avoid it pretty nicely, and he's just going to get locked down. That is a very, very dead Azir. And the Hextech Drake goes over to Willa in the meantime. Mountain Soul yet again.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for Closer's ult there.
Yeah,
this is the best fight you're going to get is DRX.
Yeah, Bertle sitting at 50%, but they do have vision control. They do have the ability to get over here, and I don't think that they're going to be able to lock this one down. Now the fight is on. Fate gets in there. The Cyclone's beautiful, though, and Croco just disappears. There's no opportunity. Closer with the Flash Ultimate, and that's the double kill for Willa. Another kill for Sona as well. What is it, Kyle?
Sona
He's
on
so
a rampage.
bloodthirsty. Sonya's is item number 2, but the Ludens is done. And in goes Bertle. He's got himself a Mega Gnar. Let's see whether he can actually get the Gnar over the wall. They're trying to CC him down as he gets pulled out, but Will has already destroyed the bottom lane, and Bertle is still alive. He flashes to get out, but yeah, he is going to survive. And unfortunately for Rascal, you can't overextend trying to kill a Gnar that is just going to bait your entire team in. 6-0-5 here for Willa.
He has had so many of those extended hits. Like his snap is just longer than everybody else's. That one kill below the dragon hit where he just stuck it through the wall. This is my favorite, man. What a one-sided game here. The Lucian Sona finally works out here in the LCK, and Liv Sandbox, they should be proud of this victory. They keep taking the series and they keep pushing up into the standings. We'll see what happens if they make that top 4 in playoffs. We're still in the first round robin for a little bit longer here, but
only Fate managed to out-damage Kyle that game.
Yeah.